Hey, Ash here. What I'm going to be doing today is going through some basics that you need to get started in quantified performance. We've had some people asking about that. So we're just going to start at what you need and then go on to the nice to haves. So one of the first things that you're going to need, is a rifle that fits into the rule set and whatever division you're setting in. Next thing you're going to probably use the most is bipod. A couple different brands. This is the Cadex that I have on here. Atlas works good. A lot of people are using Harris style bipods. There's a bunch of options in there. I'm not telling you which way to go, just have a bipod. Next thing is some sort of data card. We've used in the past, just wrap that around the scope mount and put a little data card on there. This is a Badger Ordnance data card setup that goes on there. You can get it folded up out of the way on the gun, or you can flip it out so you can see your data as you're shooting the rifle. Now going on to the things that you need to have, you need to have some way to have a reload. So just a simple belt. This is an Arbor Arms belt. Just a simple belt, magazine holder on it, holds the magazine, put it on, be done with it. So have magazines, have a reload. Generally, a stage won't have more than one reload on it unless you're terrible like me. But having a reload on the gun is important, particularly you guys that are in practical precision, because you have a 20 round limit. Speaking of mags, next thing I got a lot of use of last match was the mag pod. So what the mag pod allows you to do, basically it gets stabilized. You just set the magazine on the ground, it gives you some stability. I use that on a few stages rather than going bipod. So there's an option in there, something that you already have on you. It's in your reload. You get onto there, put the magazine in the rifle, and be done. Next thing you're going to use the most is something that is like a Armageddon Gear game changer. Okay, it doesn't have to be a game changer. A lot of people use them. A lot of things in the game changer, just in game changer itself, they've got heavy fill, they've got different kind of options for materials, non-slidey. I like this light bag, does really good for me and fits in there, but the heavier bags apparently get more stability, so that's on you, right? But a game changer. Now you could, with those items, even without the game changer, you could shoot a match, right? Game changer is something that you can, it's very nice to have, right? So, but you can shoot it with a rifle, a bipod, and some magazines and some sort of way to hold your data. Okay, so that's what you need to get started. This is highly recommended to have. So that's what you have to have. Okay, next thing is a sling. This again is an Arbor Arm sling, doing some Arbor Arm stuff today. But some sort of sling helps on particular stages. Not all stages, but on some stages a sling will help. Now, for that equipment right there, there's nothing crazy. If you don't have those things, maybe not the game changer, but if you don't have a sling, a bipod, some way to hold a reload, you're not really playing anyway. Okay, so get those things regardless if you come to shoot a quantified performance match. Those things you should have if you're doing rifle work. So going on from there, next thing that I used a lot was this Armageddon Gear barricade bag. I used this a lot last match too. Last match I tried to limit use of game changer, just to see how important the game changer was to the match. So I used the mag pod, I used the bipod, I used this barricade bag. It came in very handy. So check out something like this. It's just a small bag, doesn't take up a lot of space, pretty thin when you get the rifle on there, and designed literally for use on barricades. So that's something there. Now rear bag, this is a Crosstech rear bag. If you don't have a rear bag of some sort or another, I use the game changer a lot when it comes to match stuff, but not having a rear bag is kind of like not having a bipod, right? Just something that you should have in there. Helps with zero and helps with all kinds of things. Now we get on to some stuff that is nice to have sometimes. Don't use this stuff. I used to use it more, kind of got away from it as I got better. Not to say that I'm good by any means, but as I got better, I kind of pushed away from some things. My next used item is this medium fat bag from Armageddon Gear. You just put it on and you put it up underneath your elbow, pull it up underneath your elbow, whatever you need to do just to take some wobble out. And that's what I'm doing with these bags. This is a fat bag. This is a medium fat bag. Basically all that's doing is filling up space and getting you more stable. So, but these are by no means you need to have these to shoot a quantified performance match. Then going on, if you're practicing, always good to have a shot timer. This is another one of those things that's not a must-have. But if you're not doing work off of a shot timer of some sort or another, it doesn't have to be one of these, can be off your phone, whatever. But if you're not putting a time limit on what you're doing, then you're not getting the most effect out of what you are doing, right? So putting it on timer adds some pressure, gets it down. You can refine your shot process. You can do a lot of things once you have that time. And the last thing is some sort of spotting scope or binos. This is a Swaro. Swaro is one of our sponsors. We use it to call hits and all that sort of stuff. But when you're at the range, you're practicing, you know, use ranges like I do, and they call the line cold, and you got a bunch of people shooting their public ranges having a spotting scope. You can get a lot of work done at 100 without having to go down there. So I just wanted to burn through some of the equipment that we're using, and then get you guys motivated on it. If you haven't been to a match, show up with the basic stuff, see what else you need. One of the cool things about Quantified Performance is if I have these bags sitting there and I've already used them, or I'm not shooting for a while and you want to use them, generally they'll let you borrow them. Even game changer stuff like that. If you show up without a game changer, it's nothing for somebody to throw a game changer and be like, hey, use it on the stage, right? So we're not hoarding the equipment. If there's stuff that you need at a match, hit me up and we'll work that out. Thanks, everybody.